but we are.
You missed me singing the other day.
Did I?
You did. I will tell you a little bit about that as our conversation. It's nice to be back, Stephen. Nice to see you. I felt like we broke up last week again.
I know. It's good to be back together and broadcasting to Canada and the UK and the USA and to our friends in Australia as well. So
yeah, and South Africa. We're in South Africa.
And South Africa, yeah. Can't forget South Africa.
Yeah, it's really fun. I felt guilty last week because, well, the reason I wasn't here for anybody watching is it was Family Day here in Canada, well, in Ontario. They have Family Day throughout Canada, but in different provinces on different days. But that was our Family Day, and I had a hockey game to do. The Sting game was scheduled on Family Day, which makes sense. Take your kids to a hockey game, right? So I also had to. So that was at 2:00 in the afternoon Eastern, and then I had to go live and do my show at 3:30. How did I possibly pull that off?
I don't know. How did you pull that off?
Well, I used Facebook Premiere. I pre-recorded all the segments, all the interviews.
Yeah.
And then I went live on a Facebook page that I have that's not public.
Right.
And did the show. And then I downloaded that video. And then I uploaded that video to another page.
Yeah, this is getting complicated, but I'm with you so far.
And then I did Facebook Premiere. So it was scheduled to go live at 3:30, and it looked like I was live, and it worked out really well.
Good.
Yeah, so I didn't break my record of I've never missed a week in 8 years.
Okay. But it probably took long. Took longer to do that than it would to do a live show.
Yes.
But, yeah, because of all the preparation and the downloading and the uploading.
Yeah, but I wasn't available. So I was at a hockey game talking live, and then I was saying, and watch my show coming up at 3:30. I'll be live at my home studio, but I'll still be here. People are like, what? Okay. It worked out really well. So thank you, Facebook. Do we ever say thank you to Facebook?
We should do. We should do it more often.
I wonder if I send them a Christmas card, if they'd respond to that. That would be interesting to find out.
It would be. They might shock you.
We got lots going on here with Alfredo. He's in the lobby. We'll bring him in shortly, but he says breakups are fun. So the chat bots are only made to confuse Alfredo.
Totally. Because you see, with a chat bot, the original text has got to be written by a human, which it is, me, and yourself. So the message is from us, but it's delivered by a bot, and it's delivered by a bot when we're not available, because both Alfredo and Corinda commented on the show, well, when it was very early, insomnia. Let's just put it that way.
It's about 6 a.m.
It was very early. That's early for me.
Yeah. I still need to go through a Facebook Premiere steps, Alfredo says. Alfredo, we can do that right now.
Okay.
Alfredo, we're going to bring him in, and we'll there's the tie-in to bring Alfredo in.
Hi, guys. I feel overdressed for this little get-together.
Well, you got to be somewhere, or?
Yeah, in like 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I always tell my kids, if you can't be on time, at least be early.
Yeah.
So here, are you familiar with uploading a video to Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. That's all you got to do is upload the video, and then it will give you a choice if you want to make it a premiere, regular upload. There'll be different options, and one of it will be scheduled premiere. And you just click on that, and that's it. And it will go live at the time you choose, just like making a scheduled live. Is that right, Stephen? I don't think I left anything out.
No, that's simple and straightforward. It is one of the things that works very well, and it's very handy. I know somebody who does 4 or 5 watch parties on their timeline every hour.
Every hour? What?
That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm not mentioning any names at all. But I think that the thing with the watch party is 2 things. One, in this particular instance, you weren't there. So to actually keep it going, to have a pre-recorded show, load that up, do it as a premiere is what it's designed for. The other thing it's designed for is to re-watch shows where you've been a host on the show and you can't take part. If you've got a premiere and you are there when it's running, then you can have a conversation with people watching what is effective of the replay. And it's a way to get to know your audience. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, it's a very handy tool. And I've only utilized it in an emergency kind of thing, so to speak, like, Monday where I couldn't be there. But I've been putting some thought into what other things I could use that for. So I thought, it's a handy little tool.
Sure. If you're watching the show and you're on the live video hub, thank you. If you type hello, you will get a reply, which will bring you over to the TBSM page. If you're on BeLive in 5 and you're watching the show, thank you. If you say hello, you get a link that will bring you direct to where we are now.
That's awesome.
I love robots.
And thank you to my friend Stephen Healey for setting that up on the Video Show Network. I have to go in and take a look and see how you did that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with the live video hub and the number of shows that are going out every week, not everybody who hosts a show has got time to actually say, find me here. So what the new bot does, which is called the redirect bot, is that every time I get notified about a show, I put a messenger bot on there saying, okay, just type a word, any word you like, and I'll tell you exactly where you can actually watch the show live. And that's my first job every day, is to get up, find out who's broadcasting that day, set the bots up for all the shows, and it just runs like clockwork, which is good, which is what you want.
Yeah. It's almost like having a business and then having some staff members.
It is. It's
do
exactly
some things
like
for
that.
you.
Yeah.
So there are some disadvantages of using live.
How do you mean?
Well, you guys are talking about automating the live shows by doing Facebook premieres. So the disadvantage of being live is you have to be there to physically stream versus a pre-recorded premiere. That's what I meant by the disadvantage. You have to be live.
Yeah, but the advantage of being live is that we can see who's actually watching the show, like Domingo and Kelly and yourself and Corinda and Ed. Hello, Ed.
Hello, Ed. And Corinda and everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I see what you're saying. Well, obviously, if you're going live, you have to be there. I mean, but I wouldn't call that necessarily a disadvantage.
Okay.
I mean, going live is going live. You have to be there. But the advantage, I guess, the way I would say it is, the advantage of Premiere is if you want it to look live, you can still do that using Premiere, right? I mean, I could have just done what I did for 330 episodes, and that was record an episode and patch it all together and then just upload it and schedule it to be available at 3:30. But I think making it go live creates more interaction, right? Now, if you're not there to interact, okay. But I think the Premiere feature, making it look live, attracts people in more. And you can still go back and respond to those people. Like when I'm live at the Sting games, mind you, I'm not using BeLive, but I always check the messages, or any comments after, and we're only live for about 15 minutes.
So, David, you're producing and hosting the show at your Sting games?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just, no, it boggles the mind because when you're actually producing a live show and you're the host, you can't do the third act. When I say third act, you can't do the third procedure where you monitor the chat. You usually have a second or third person.
Well, that one's not too bad. It's only a 10-15 minute live broadcast, right? So, and actually the system I do use now has a feature where I can see any comments that are coming through. So I don't actually have to physically type a response because it's a short broadcast. It's just that if we see somebody say something, then we just physically respond to it, right? So,
right.
But yeah, you're right. It is one of those things where, well, you've experienced with me when I go live on Twitch. Alfredo's now one of my moderators because he monitors the chat and keeps things going. Because when you're blah 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 and do whatever you're doing, you're not always paying as much attention to the chat. So having more than one person pay attention to the chat is definitely an advantage. Like Steven does here. He'll tell me, hey.
Yeah, Steven does a good job becoming the person that monitors the chat and then does a host thing. And what he uses two people, so that way he can go from host and then all of a sudden jump back to monitoring the chat. And it's a skill that is not noticeable, but I see it, and I really commend Steven for kind of the word exploit is not the right word, but he enhances his live stream shows when he's able to go from host to moderator kind of mentality.
Indeed. And today I am the ambassador for Sonia.
I see that.
Thank you to Kelly for providing the photographs. Did Sonia?
Did Kelly ever get on video, or did that challenge ever been accepted by Kelly? Or
Kelly's created video, is sent him photographs, and all is good. Boy,
Alfredo, you are like you just don't forget those challenges things. Like if somebody you're on it.
The reason why those challenges are great is they make you go out of your comfort zone to do something that you've never done, and you know that if you get through that one challenge, you can accomplish something else.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want to say a special. Sorry,
I won't mention the chess thing anymore because I know you're too busy. So.
Can I go like this? Where is he? I do want to take a moment and say a special hello to my friend Domingos Fernandez, or my friend Dom. And last week, so my friend Dom, and he won't mind me talking about him. My friend Dom has MS, multiple sclerosis, and he's been in a wheelchair now for about 16 and a half years. I've known Dom for about 20 years, so I knew him before this affected him. And he's just an incredible individual who's overcome so many obstacles, and there were a lot of times where I'm sure there was a lot of giving up thoughts going on, and he keeps pushing forward. And last week, well, a little while ago, he'd been inspired to want to start speaking publicly and telling his story and sharing facts about MS and his own personal story. Yeah. So he was given the opportunity. And last week, I went out and live streamed it for him. Right. And he's gotten over 3,500 views on his about 25 minute speech. And it's really affecting and impacting a lot of people. And Dom, I'm really proud of you, buddy. You know that, I've told you that already, but it's an example of live streaming. And I talk about this in my classes. And in the beginning, the kids come in and they think they're just going to sit down and start live streaming video games. And then this old guy comes in and starts talking to them about impact and relationships with your live stream and responsibility and accountability to your live streams. And I actually, in my class the other day, Dom, I showed your video and I used Dom as an example of how you as a live streamer can impact other lives. So I think that's something that is important to remember before we click that live button.
I think you also mentioned a previous show in the past about mental health. You shared that before, right, David?
Yeah, well, it's been a lot of shows that, I have a lot of local agencies that come on my show to talk. And, we lost
Steve. Dropped out. Yeah, it probably has to refresh or something.
And mental health is a conversation that does regularly come up. So
Steven is producing, and
well, he's not producing.
Okay.
I am.
Oh, you're producing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he went away, I'm sure he's got a reason.
Okay. So the suit tie. I hope I'm not overdressed for your show.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Why would that be overdressed? If you want to wear a tie, wear a tie. I normally wear a tie on my weekly show, but I don't here.
Okay.
Whatever.
Because I had to prepare for my meeting in like 2 hours. So.
And is this a job meeting?
Job interview, yes.
Do you want to? Can you share what it's about, or do you have to keep?
Yeah, I can share what it's about. It's the interview is for a programmer for Windows Presentation Foundation.
Okay.
The .NET framework. So it's
okay.
It's literally, yeah. My guess is I'm gonna program a desktop application.
Oh, okay. So would this be a contract position, or?
I'm hoping it's full time. I'm not sure. So.
Right.
They didn't specify what it was yet. So.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Steven, you're back.
Welcome back.
Yep. I'm back.
Wait, you turned off your green screen. What happened?
Yeah, I was trying to see how easy it would be to do that, and it takes 3 or 4 minutes. Right. Okay.
Okay. You're good.
It's not.
I thought it was
not
something I said.
No. That's
you have to go through loops to turn it off. You have to go through loops to turn it off. Oh, Steven, I'm sorry. You have to go to turn off the green screen option. You have to go through several steps, or
you've got to go out. You've got to close down the program that's actually running the green screen, and then you've got to try and get your camera back when that program doesn't want to let go.
There's no option that says show me what's behind me, but with no green screen filter.
But then you'd still be using the green screen software.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay.
Gotcha. You're really having a lot of fun with the green screen, aren't you, Steven?
It's making me jealous because it makes me want to get one too. But you see the space behind me? That's already the kitchen table behind me, and I'm going, oh, Steven's already got a green screen. I don't have it. And I don't need it. It's Steven is like, here you go, Fredo. I have a green screen.
No, I'm not doing that at all. I'm just enjoy using it. So does Brigetti and so does Peter Stewart. So we've got a green screen club going. There's just the 3 members at the moment.
So it's just David and I are left with our backgrounds, right?
Well, I have a green screen, but I don't. Well, here, okay, I'll show you. I have a whole wall. I don't know if you can see it. You're going to get a messy part of the studio.
I can do the same thing.
We can see it. We can see it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I have a green screen wall over there, and I got a bunch of
stuff. So David's showing his desk. So here's my list of equipment that I cleared out of my bag, so he doesn't feel like he's left out.
I feel left out. Yeah. So, but I have a green screen for different purposes. I don't use it that often. There's actually a bunch of stuff in front of it. If I needed to use it, I'd have to move. I'm this background. I have this background for a reason, and I just say, it's personal, right?
Yep.
It's got all of these things all have stories to it, so that's why I have it there for me. But green screen's fun. Green screen's
fun. It is. I mean, tomorrow, thank you for the in, is the charity show, which starts at 9 a.m. Eastern through to 2 p.m. 5 hours with myself, Brigetti, and Fons Chamberlain. And we're hoping to raise awareness of charities in Australia, South Africa, the UK, and the USA, and Canada, if you want to put one forward. And that's where the green screen is going to come in handy, because I'll be able to show photographs as the backdrop, which is what I was doing then. I was just practicing for tomorrow's show, so that we can talk about something and it's actually in the background.
You're going to travel the world.
We are. It's not alternative screen sharing. I mean, we've got people coming forward, and Theoni has a charity which she runs in Adelaide with her husband, and we're going to be promoting that. Fons is going to be talking about why he supports Great Ormond Street Hospital in the UK, in London, and also about his own journey. And that's going to be very interesting, because he's been Well, he's been on the dark side and is back. Brigetti is supporting, bringing forward 3 or 4 charities from South Africa and Africa. So we're looking forward to being able to fill the 5-hour show, but we're grateful for anybody who can join us. And that's 9 a.m. Eastern through to 2 p.m. Eastern, 5 hours. First 4 hours, I'm producing the show, and then the final hour, to give it some zip and some youth, Fonz is producing the show.
Some zipping youth. What do you mean zipping youth? You're not. You're like,
youth.
it's not like you have birthdays anymore.
100.
Does Facebook know our birthdays, or do you have to input it?
I'm just giving Stephen a hard time. He's going to be mad at me for a moment. He had a birthday recently, and that's all I'm allowed to say about it. Happy birthday, Stephen. Moving on now.
Thank you.
Karinder's in the lobby here. We'll see. We'll bring him in and see what he's got to add to the conversation. Hello, Karinder. Hello. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Ethan.
Hi, Karinder.
Hey. Hello. Yeah, last week I had a major event. I had a wicked event. I don't know if you saw the photo on my Facebook on your inbox, but it was an amazing event that I actually went, and I just was like how how it went, and also to show you the image, so like I'll also walk you through, so like you can go share the image on the screen, and how it was amazing.
Yeah, I'd have to drop somebody out in order to do that.
You can drop me to the lobby. I'm not sure what screen sharing needs to be done.
All right, so hang on there. Okay, Alfredo's gone. He's in the lobby. Peter, I see you there, Peter. You're going to have to hang tough for a few minutes. How do I do this? Where did it go? Share your desktop screen. Over there.
I went to the I think Expo that is in Wharton. I don't know if Ethan knows about Wharton or not.
No, carry on.
Yeah, I went to Wharton, which is the event was on there. Like Wharton on Thames.
Yeah, Walton on Thames, yeah.
Yeah. So this one was amazing. I love those. Like, those are amazing. That's my favourite. I was talking to one guy, and they said that those are amazing because, like, you can put it on Facebook, you can put it on TV, you can put it on anywhere, and it is just an amazing flow. I love it.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
This one is like to walk in the North Pole. So you got 2 poles. You got a South Pole and North Pole. So that was the walk in the North Pole. And it had 1 pound microphone, 3 string, 1 pound like laptop, like Fairfield. Yeah. So that was that. This one was the same again, with the North Pole and with a microphone. These microphones on me here, it's like David, it's not what you got, you're the hand one.
Oh, the wireless?
Yeah, wireless one.
Oh, okay.
You know what? When you walk around, and then but also you have to put it on the laptop. I didn't know that. You put it on the laptop, desktop, or anything like that, and you just walk around.
Cool.
Good.
And what was that? Oh,
No,
that's it. I don't know. Okay. Well, it looks like you had a good trip, and you probably learned a few things.
I actually learned quite a few things from there. I actually learned virtual studio, virtual studio from the TV to desktop to the TV. what
Right.
is the thing in your mind, what I learn. Hi, Peter. Like, and also I learned is that from your mobile, like with Android, if you have a screen, like Ethan and Peter, or
Right.
Mickey, or behind, you can actually put a live stream on your mobile, put it in the microphone, and it has like virtual TV on the mobile.
Okay. Interesting.
Good.
Well, thanks for coming on and sharing, Corinda. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go one more event on Wednesday, but
Okay.
it was amazing.
All right. Well, take some pictures of the next event, and we'll be sure to have you back to share that too.
Okay. Take care, Corinda.
Thanks, Corinda.
Bye.
All right. Interesting. I think you went last year to that.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean, we're lucky. We've got hello, Peter. We've got a chap in town who actually got a commercial drone license. And he produces a calendar every year of drone shots of the whole area, and he does videos as well, which are just amazing. But we don't like drones, do we, Peter? Not as far as airports are concerned.
No. Well, it's interesting how I don't know what it's like where you guys are at, but yeah, over here, to fly a drone, you're supposed to have a license.
Yeah.
And it's regulated, etc. There are many around who fly them anyway.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, what's the big deal? But it's not a big deal until something happens.
Yeah.
And then when something happens, then it's a big deal. It's one of those things, right? Like even the toy ones can fly quite high, and I'm quite surprised that if it has to be regulated, that you can even buy one without having a license.
True. I mean, Gatwick Airport, which is one of London's main airports, was closed for 3 days by drones.
Really?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it stopped all flights, and they haven't found out who it is. I mean, they arrested Peter knows they arrested the wrong people, and they were everybody took aim at them and said they were the scum of the earth for actually doing this, closing the airport, but they had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So it had unintended consequences. They've increased the no-fly zone around airports now, so that hopefully that will. But they never did find out who did it, which is rather strange.
Somebody said it might be an inside job.
They did, yeah. Yeah.
So, General, sorry, but what's the topic today? Have you got a topic?
It's anything you want it to be, Peter.
Oh well, since I come in, I might as well tell you. Well, I went out to my garage and it was really hot. I took off my heater, pulled the plug, and everything went bang. So I've had to come in and put on my iPad, and I was going to be showing you my new screen and everything that somebody made for me. But what I'm wanting to tell you about something called Doink, D-O-I-N-K. Have you heard of it?
Nope.
Okay, good.
I've heard of Doink the Clown. He was a wrestler.
Yeah, well, Doink is a piece of software that you can make videos with green screen behind you, and you can put on pictures, you can put on a movie behind you. You can set cartoons and characters and whatever to come in at a special time, and it's for the iPad and iPhone as well. And my mate, I was trying to work it out, but my friend came in and he knows about these things. He says, right, push there. He says, you're at the front, so you've got your background, then this camera, and it means you can actually do quite a professional talk to iPad, yeah, and then you can save it, and then you can put it onto your LinkedIn, you can put it onto your Facebook, and it's handy for times like this. But you can't do you can't do a live video as such to camera live, but you can do a lot of pre-recorded stuff.
So it's a video editor.
Well, is that what you would call it? I don't know. But you can get back. You can put in your own pictures behind you, your own films behind you, etc. Looks to be a good bit of kit once I get it going. You know.
Yeah, but again, like you said, it's not for live. It's recorded video.
Yeah.
No, it's not for live.
Yeah, I've put the link in the chat.
Not that I could work out. What you can do, you can mirror it, or what's the other thing you use? You can actually put it to a television screen and stand in front of the television screen.
Yeah.
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 It looks. I mean, it looks good for just sitting and doing live a video that you want to then put up later. You know.
Yeah. So pre-recorded video. Yeah. There's quite a few apps you can do that. There's one that I use called Pocket Video.
Mm-hmm.
And Pocket Video and it's absolutely free.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do overlays, you can do green screen, you can do all text, you can do all kinds of wonderful things. Green screen especially, yeah. No, it doesn't necessarily. I don't know if it has any pre-templates or not, but check that out. It's for iPhone and for Android. Android.
Okay, let me tell you something else that happened at the weekend.
Okay.
Now, I haven't done any videos for my business for a very long time. And I went to the pub on Friday night, and two young men come up, and they pointed at me and they said, "It's the Mousy Man! It's the Mousy Man!"
Mousy Man?
So I started chatting to them. I said, "So, where did you fit? Well, we were tagged in a post with you." And all they do is they put a name and tag. So, believe it or not, people have been watching the videos, right? They've been watching the videos, and you just don't know who's watching your videos. And they said,
that's right.
And then I went to BNI on Wednesday, and before I went on, a guy that had been once before a while back, he came up to me and he said, "By the way, my wife loves you." I goes, "Really? Is she nice?" He says, "She loves your videos." I says, "What videos she watch?" She says, "Anytime you're on, she just sits and listens to you." Now, no, Stephen knows that I go out and I just sit and do backdrops now and click them and move them forward and everything. And people are actually watching it. It's amazing. So you just never know who's watching your videos.
No, that's right. I've often said that. I get the same thing on a local level with my community show, right?
Yeah. People
come up, and it's one of the greatest compliments you get, actually, if they come up and say, "Hey, I really enjoy your show," and "Oh, thank you very much."
Yeah.
That means, and you talked about impact. You can have an impact on somebody. Who knows why she'd want to sit and listen to you, Peter? But
I know, that's what I thought. And then he sent me a message and he says, "She's your biggest fan."
There you
I couldn't
go.
believe it. So there you go. So it's given me the encouragement just over that week to get out there and do it again. And I'm a bit for doing it as well.
If you're not going to do live, even recorded video, at least it's video, right? And,
yes.
Stephen, how much? Come over to you for again. LinkedIn.
Brought me up. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Hello, McFly.
Hello. Yeah.
Do you know anything about LinkedIn? And they're doing their 10-minute videos, but they've announced that they're going to do live video now too. Did you know that?
LinkedIn Live is now available to a select few. I've seen a LinkedIn Live video, which is I put on my timeline on Facebook. It looks very familiar because you've got video and then you've got the comments down the side. I'm not sure you can show them on screen yet. When it's USA only at the moment, David, it will be rolled out in the USA and then obviously across the globe. The situation is that Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch have got live video sewn up. It's difficult. LinkedIn have got to make their own market, and there's got to be a business-to-business market for it. I mean, we've always been going today business to consumer. So when we do our videos, it's to everybody Well, you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of talk about LinkedIn just now. A lot of people in my area are starting to get interested more than LinkedIn. And there's never been a better time if you're going to run a course for LinkedIn, for video, or any sort of it. There's never been a better time. And I've decided what I'm doing is that I am going to do Facebook funnies in my pest control business, where we'll have a laugh and a joke for the consumers. And then on LinkedIn, it'll be LinkedIn Learning. And what I'm going to do is target businesses, etc., where I can give them educational videos live, hopefully in the future, or make the videos up and put them on. And that's the way I hope to progress with LinkedIn. Your thoughts?
Well, LinkedIn's for business, so it makes sense. Right?
I mean, YouTube can be for business too, depending on the content you deliver, right?
YouTube.
YouTube, yes.
Yeah. Well, I must get onto YouTube again because I haven't used it for years, and I was flicking
They're
through.
changing their dashboard again. I mean, they're switching from classic to dashboard when you're uploading videos, or so they're changing the UI a little differently on YouTube. So
just remind me, you can make a new video. What do you call it? Name for YouTube using the same email address. Is that correct?
That I don't know. I haven't done the registration process for YouTube. So
what is it you're trying to do?
Well, I've got old videos sitting on YouTube, right? Aberkill.Aberdeen or Pest Advisor, but I want to make up a new channel that I want to call Aberkill Aberdeen or something, or Pest Control Aberdeen, because the thing is, there's a Turkish man got the name Aberkill too, and he's stolen that YouTube name, Aberkill. So I'm just going to start afresh.
Well, you can create more channels from your existing YouTube channel.
Right.
They call it brand channels instead of a personal YouTube channel. Is that correct, David?
The problem is, I think I've forgotten the password to get into my YouTube channel.
We should be able to get that back if you log out and try to log back in again. There should be an option of I've forgotten my password.
I did try that before, but what a job I had. John Upton suggested I just make a new one.
I just wish all these platforms were all universal in terms of user interface, because every platform is so different. You have to learn Twitch, you got to learn Periscope.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but how would you do that? I mean,
that is a great question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to it though. But yeah,
that would actually.
Go ahead.
I think that would actually be a disadvantage because I think because all platforms have their own way of laying things out and doing things, and feature-wise for the consumer, it's a huge advantage because they want to keep us on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever. So they keep putting out more stuff, and that's fantastic for us consumers. We go,
it's good for competition.
Yeah, right, Stephen? That's, I mean,
like for example. Oh, go ahead, David. I was going to give it.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, if you, well, BeLive's a really good example, you know, like, there's more than one way to go live doing a talk show, but BeLive for talk show purposes, to me, it's very simple. You find something that works with your personality, and then you stick with it. I think I find, you know, people jump. Oh, this one's got a feature. I'm going over there. No. Stick with one. It will all come if you participate and all that sort of stuff. And you know, like BeLive's probably a great example, Stephen, of there's some great things I'm sure coming.
You can say, we can't possibly say, can we? We're on a bound to say nothing, but I would stick around with BeLive.
But my example of what I'm trying to say is, whatever you're doing, whatever you find that one that, if it originally worked for you, stick with it, because if it's any kind of a company that's going to grow and do things, those other things will come. You know, it's like the telephone. You know, it used to be clickety, 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 and then they come out with rotary, and then a touch tone, and now we carry this thing around with us. Like, it all just puts stick with one.
I don't know if any of you noticed, but one of my friends from here in Aberdeen, Eva Yorston, was actually featured by Be Live as one of the, what do you call it, Stephen? Did you notice it?
Nope.
Eva Yorston, Be Live was, what did it promoted her as such, as a Be Live user.
Feature broadcaster of the week or something.
Yeah, so she was featured in Be Live, and you've met her once here. She's come on our weekly show once. Eva Yorston's her name. So obviously they've been watching her, and she goes on with a purpose. I haven't seen them on for ages, but she looks as though she's using it the right way for herself.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The example of features. The examples of features that. Why is it blurry? I'm sorry. The examples of features that a lot of platforms are giving out to kind of keep the consumers on, like YouTube. YouTube used to have YouTube editor online, and then they took it away. And then I found like an alternative on Twitch, which they call highlights, where you can actually take certain clips of the stream and just kind of chop it up and then use that, generate a like a minute or 5 minute of the clip, and it's like, ooh, neat.
Yeah. Yeah. I was telling Steven, speaking of Twitch, I was telling Steven before you guys showed up that he missed me singing, and there's and I didn't do very well. Actually, it's really funny because some of my class watched, and I told them I did karaoke, and then they watched, and they were like, well, it wasn't that good. But it was 12:30 in the morning, and I had a dry throat.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've got to say thank you. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to say, talking of singing, I want to say thank you to two people who sang Happy Birthday last Friday. Angelica.
Sing it to you or today too, Stephen? Or
I want to say thank you to two people who sang Happy Birthday live on air. Angelica sang on the Ask Angelica show, which is a German language show. And Mr. Peter Stewart sang Happy Birthday when he joined us on the show at 4:00. So thank you to you both.
Did Angelica sing it in German?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah, I mean the whole 20 minutes was about birthday songs in German.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you watch it, you can actually learn 2 birthday songs. And then, of course, there's the official English version, which Peter sang. So there we are. Sorry, I've been slightly
English. You've been slightly distracted.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just want to say that the charity day tomorrow will now include Aaron Avila of Stroke TV, who's agreed to join in.
So what TV, sorry?
Stroke.tv.
Oh, Stroke.tv. Okay.
Is a member of Belivers, and he is, well, to actually broadcast, given his condition, is an amazing feat, and he will be joining us tomorrow.
Very nice.
9
o'clock Eastern?
9 o'clock Eastern, 2 p.m. till 2 p.m. 5 hours live broadcasting.
Okay.
So you're
Alfredo, you're trying to say something?
Yeah, I'm just trying to ask if I know Stephen is confident that he can produce the show. So because you've had
Hang on. Can you drop? This is live video. Peter's going to take a phone call.
The microphones are here.
We can still hear you, Peter. It's no use.
Are here.
And it won't let me drop them out.
Can you drop them out?
I've got 3 out here.
You have to drop them out.
Yeah.
It won't let me.
It won't let you. Live video.
I'm going to refresh.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you got it. You got it at the last minute. Oh no, it's refreshed.
No, just
everybody's dropped out.
Oh Lord.
Everybody's dropped out. Right.
So you're doing a great job being live all the time, Stephen. That's amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I just basically get an idea and run with it, and people tend to join in. Welcome back, David.
Welcome back, David.
Clickety clickety click, and then poof, and here. Okay, whatever. So I was going to tell you about Twitch Sings.
Yeah.
So Twitch, have you heard of this, Stephen?
Not yet. Go.
Okay. Twitch Sings is an extension. It's an extension on Twitch, and it's also kind of a software. Anyway, it's karaoke. Only certain people have been given access to it, and I just received access to it a week and a half ago. And it's a karaoke program. You pick songs, and they've obviously gotten permission and rights from the artists and publicists and all that stuff. Because it plays and it's got a whole, like puts you on a stage. You can pick different stages and everything. And then you sing and it goes across the screen, shows you where to sing, the words, but it also shows you at what level you're supposed to sing and everything. And then audience, your viewers can comment and they can suggest songs for you to sing. And anyway, I did that the other day, just out of the blue at it was like midnight and I had a gurgle in my voice. It was bad. But anyway. And the other thing I find about it too is because I'm sitting down, if you're singing sitting down, that can be really difficult at times, right? It's always easier to sing standing up in a different environment, but it was a lot of fun and very entertaining.
Brilliant.
How much time do we have left? I'm just curious, how much time do we have left of the show?
Oh, about 10
13
minutes.
Yeah,
15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I applaud you for doing that, David, and enjoy. You won't find me. Well, I hope you don't invite me because I can't sing person. So I'm from if your memory goes far enough back, I'm from the Telly Savalas School of Singing.
Telly Savalas.
Oh, he had a #1 hit in the UK.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
My mother, she loved him. Oh, Kojak. Had to
exactly
watch Kojak.
Same guy. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Alfredo, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Which one do you want to be on?
We've got an echo. We've got a very bad echo.
Okay, which one do you want to be? He's got his desktop going, and now he's had his mobile going.
And they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had that problem.
Oh, and now he's gone.
Yeah, if you've got a mobile,
now he's back.
If you've got a mobile and a desktop in the same room.
Yes, Peter, I see you. Hang on. And now he's gone. What's going on?
Okay.
Now he's back. Alfredo's confusing me now.
He's only getting his revenge for the bot.
And I didn't do anything.
That's the best part.
Wow.
You're getting blamed for what I did. That's
right.
So I've learned not to be two places at once.
No, because you get the feedback from the other one, right? It picks it up. Great salute. Yeah. Right. Okay, so you're good what you're doing now?
I'm good, so I don't have to be on the desktop. It's the reason why is I don't see a lot of Be Live members going on mobile. A lot of people are usually now I can't get rid of the text in front of me. It's okay. Well, a lot of members I see, they're always in front of a desktop or laptop and sitting still. But
that's probably typically the one. But if you watch I Go Live with Stephen and Fonz, they're always using mobile, right, Stephen?
True. I Live Here is, as you know, Alfredo.
Yes, but you guys use the pre-recorded videos though, right?
No, we're live.
And you guys are live on a mobile? Oh, I've probably missed those. I probably missed those broadcasts.
You need to go back to the beginning of the series when Fonz was all over Cambridge and I was around devices. We do go live. And,
hey, Stuart's back. Peter, hey, how you doing, Peter?
Going back to the karaoke, I used to go on Pal Talk. You remember Pal Talk?
I do.
I was on there quite a lot singing. You put your own karaoke on in the background.
Yeah.
And then you sang.
Yeah.
And it was bloody marvellous. I used to spend hours on it, listening to other people and singing as well. Good practice. Haven't been on it for years.
I used to do, when I was doing a lot of shows, I would go live on Facebook with karaoke.
Yes.
And then that was before Facebook really got stingy, and then now their algorithms pick it up. Now, speaking of copyright music on Facebook, I have noticed a little bit of leeway, almost like they've loosened things up a little bit. For example, when I'm at the Sting games, I would have, like, if I was taking a few seconds of a video when somebody scored a goal, they're playing music, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it would pick it up and it would, nope. Yeah. It doesn't do that anymore.
Okay.
And it's typically, well, what I did was, now I don't know if it's what I did or what Facebook did, but typically if you shoot a video 15 seconds or less, you're okay, because it's called copyright fair use.
Okay.
But when we were going live, when we do the talk show portion, our headset microphones would pick up a lot of the music in the background playing while we were doing it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't shut me down for that anymore. So I'm wondering if they kind of, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer, but have you heard anything about that, Stephen?
No, I just don't play music, so yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, well, that's the safe way.
Safest, it's the safest way. It's the safest way.
Yeah,
it truly is.
Yeah, but I always wondered about the karaoke because, for example, if I broadcast a live band, it doesn't. There's no effect on it, right? Facebook doesn't shut you down for that.
No, it's quite happy. You can broadcast any live performance.
Yeah. So that being said, if you're doing karaoke and someone's voice is louder than the music, I think you can get away with it because with the way it recognizes it.
All right.
Well, listen, I've got a friend, and I used to do it too, who puts on the karaoke quite a lot in the pub. Remember, the pub's already paid the PRS license, the Performing Rights Society license, and my friend goes live all the time with the singers.
Yeah, but Facebook doesn't know that they've paid for a license.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, is it?
Because go ahead, Steve.
There is a loophole here. Because Facebook allows live music, it doesn't have to be your live music. You can have your mobile phone at anybody's gig and you can broadcast it without without Facebook being worried about it. So it's just...
So where did they draw the line? Where did they stop you?
If you're playing recorded music, which they can identify. I mean, the thing is, when you perform, you're doing it. Well, never mind. I don't know.
But I know a guy that actually is a DJ, and he goes on and puts on music and speaks to people.
Yeah, well, there's my wife has often said, how come so and so's doing? Like, you see people on their personal timeline pick, I don't know, painting or whatever, and they got music in the background and it picks it up and they don't get shut down. So why do I? Well, I don't know why. Facebook's a pretty big place. So, they can't pick up everybody instantly, but they will get you eventually. They will get you. If you do it regularly, and I'm guessing, I'm sure to Facebook, I'm known as a live streamer or someone who live streams regularly.
Right.
So that maybe puts a flag up to who knows? Yeah. We don't know how it works. We just know what we're not supposed to do.
Indeed we do. And you never know who's going to complain. Yeah. It only takes one complaint and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corinder's making a point out there too. I play music on Twitch and Twitch didn't like it. Well, Twitch tightened up their policies recently, which frustrates a lot of Twitch broadcasters because it's very popular on Twitch to have a system set up where people come in to watch. They can request songs and then it pulls it from YouTube and then plays the song. And they now have what do they do? So if you're playing music and it recognizes it or the algorithm, but it mutes it in the recorded version.
Yeah.
So when you're live, you're fine. But if you want that version to have anything that you're talking about in the recorded version for people to hear, don't have music playing. Yeah. Folks, it's this simple. It's a copyright issue. It is not your music. You can't play it if it's not yours. In something you're broadcasting, if it's not yours, get the proper permissions. That's the bottom line. what it all comes down to.
Totally.
Because people want to get paid.
Well, they deserve to. They put the work in.
It's like software programmers.
It's totally like software programmers.
Just give me a copy of that thing. What's the big deal? I just copied it. It didn't cost
anything. I'm going to hack this. I mean, it happens everywhere. It happens on Udemy courses. People hack Udemy courses, and it's extra people who know about your course, but it's not legit by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. Or share passwords and here log in.
Oh yeah,
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
true.
I guess. Where did Alfredo? No, he's on the move. Where is he? Where are you?
I'm in the car. I'm about to drive to wherever I have to go. So, but of course we can't live stream in the Be Live, so I'm just gonna wait here until your show's over, and just chap it up. About the copyright stuff, on Twitch it mutes it, on YouTube it flags it, but it doesn't get taken down. It's just like that. It's a warning.
Well, it's not so much of a warning on YouTube as what happens there is if you're like my channel, I can monetize it, right? So if I do a video that it flags some copyright stuff in it, it doesn't take it down. It notifies the owner of the music. And if I were to be monetizing it, I just don't get to monetize it. And any monetization that does come from that video gets sent to the copyright owner. That's what that says. Which I'm fine with.
Indeed.
Totally fine with. But I'm very careful on things like Facebook when I do like when I do hockey games, I'm going to be doing some lacrosse coming up again in the spring and other things. And a lot of times if I get hired to do some broadcasting, I say, where do you want me to broadcast it? Facebook, YouTube, where do you want it? Well, with Facebook. I said, okay, so are you having any music? Oh yeah, when we introduce the person on stage. No, can't, sorry. Can't do it. I have to mute that portion of it, which is a pain because you got to remember to hit the mute button, and you will forget. So then YouTube is usually the safest bet. You can play the music, and you can't monetize it. Fine by me.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn on my car engine. Let me know if you hear the beeping.
Okay. Thank you, David.
Yeah. Alfredo, I'm going to let you go because we're going to start to wrap things up here anyway. So good luck on your job today, and let us know how that works out. It's on your mind, Stephen.
Just a final reminder for everybody: 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday, which is tomorrow, is charity broadcast. Myself, Brigetti Limbanda, and Fons Chamberlain, broadcasting for 5 hours non-stop and promoting charity. And we're happy to promote your charity. And we've just learned that we're going to be joined by Stroke TV, and we have input from South Africa, Australia, the US, and we're looking forward to the show and to promoting charity. And if you've got a charity you want to promote, simply join us. Thank you.
Yeah, that's I'm going to do my best. It starts at 9 a.m. I'll have to make a note. I got to do that. Here we go. I got to teach. Oh, no, I don't. This is reading week. That's crazy. I'll be around, Stephen.
What's reading week, David?
It's really a made-up word to allow students to sleep in that week. It's like a March break.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
In February.
And that's why my son is still sleeping.
Hey, guys, just breaking news in Britain. Breaking news in Britain.
Uh-oh.
Labour announced backing for a second Brexit referendum. Wow.
We've gone the whole show, Peter, without mentioning the word Brexit.
Breaking news.
Kelly said something about, I think he's referring to, I said, YouTube doesn't bother you. So he said, nope, I posted a video of the LOL brothers at the powerboat races. And a CD in background, Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it. I videotaped them, and they told me to change it. Okay, yes, Kelly. How many years ago was that? Because I remember the powerboat races. Hasn't been around for 3 or 4 years now, and things were different then. Now YouTube is different. You can pretty much play any music you want if it's not the dominant factor in the video. If it's in the background, you're okay. So, well, you just never know what direction this is going to take. You never know who's going to show up around here, eh, Stephen Healey?
True. And thank you to Corinda and to Alfredo and, of course, to Peter for joining us today.
Yeah,
and to everybody who's commented and watched, thank you. And we'll see you again at the same time next week. Over to you, David.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back here. And I thank you, Stephen, for looking after things last week. And should mention that I Live Here featured Sarnia recently, which is great. I didn't know that. So
it featured Kelly.
And Kelly.
And Sarnia.
Now, was Kelly in the video?
Kelly made the video.
Yeah, but he didn't put
you
his face in it.
You can't make a video and be in it.
Why not? Kelly. Kelly, you need to get in front of the camera.
You've missed one of his comments. You missed a comment earlier that Kelly said he's going to get a blue screen.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
And go live again one day.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be able to join you one day. Yeah, okay. Where is it? Anyway, yes. He wants to get a blue screen to be different. Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago. So, Kelly, that probably would be okay now, would be my guess. I'll be live later this afternoon with my weekly community show at 3:30 Eastern. Mm-hmm. Executive Director from United Way Sarnia Lambton, Dave Brown, is here to join us for a monthly update. Helen Cole from the local Family Counseling Center is going to talk about the services that they offer. And Matt Mueller, who I believe he's now about 16 years old. This young fella is on the road to raising $2 million for a tennis facility here in the area. And he's amazing.
Wow.
Man. He's going to be joining us as well. So that's coming up later on today. Stephen, thank you so much. It's good to be connected back with you. And I'll be running into you. I'll be looking for you tomorrow morning on your show. Good luck with the charity show.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 10 in the comments below. If you didn't like it, do nothing but come back and give us a chance again next week. And other than that, take care of each other. Bye for now.
Bye.